Welcome to this Hockey Inside Out bonus episode. I'm joined by former Canadiens defenseman and assistant coach and Stanley Cup champion Rick Green and our hockey analytics expert Andrew Berkshire. Juraj Slafkovsky has been a real pleasant surprise this season. I think that everyone who watches or follows the Canadiens. Apart from him, Rick, who's been the biggest surprise to you?
Well, I have to give credit when credit is due. And when you mention a guy in Armia to see what he's done, for the last half, if you will, pretty amazing. This guy is determined for whatever reason, has figured out how he has to play. And watching him, not just on the penalty killing, but his effectiveness using his size and, chances to score. Big, powerful guy that we never really saw much of before. And I believe that he's got some kind of sports psychologist that has been working with him to try and, keep him on the right track. And it seems to be working. But the main point of all this, he's a talented guy. And when he wants to do it, I think we're seeing that he's really determined and has bought into the mindset of the whole team, and show up each shift, show up every game, and do your part in trying to contribute to the success of the team. And I give him full marks for a guy that was down and questionable as far as whether or not he wanted to play anymore. And he has rallied and dug down and has found a really effective way to play, and is doing a great job in contributing to the overall success of the team.
So your car is not running anymore, Rick, waiting to drive?
No, I shut it off about a month ago, and, I got to give him really a lot of credit for responding the way he has.
Yeah, Armia is a great example of, not to toot our own horns, but how smart the Montreal market is, right? Because I think a lot of people from the outside would see 20 points and they're thinking, like, what's the big deal? But it's not just about the points. It's about being engaged in all areas of the game. We talked earlier on the other show about how great he's been on the penalty kill. It's been the little things that we knew Armia was capable of from watching him during the playoffs that he's brought back and executed extremely well. And even though there's always that idea with Armia where you watch him in practice and see how talented he is and how big he is, you're like, this guy could be a superstar. But fans don't demand that. Media don't demand that. They demand engagement and effort and doing the things that you do well. And Armia has given every bit of that. He's been a fantastic surprise. Another great surprise for me has been Caden Dooley, who last year looked good by the eye test, but against top competition, he was really struggling by the numbers. And I looked at him and I thought, this is going to be a big change between years 1 and 3, where you go from looking good to the results being good. And I think he's already hit that mark where he's playing really tough minutes. And the results are pretty good on a team that is still in that bottom echelon of the league, standing with Mike Matheson or on his own on pairings facing top competition. It's been really impressive. And, shout out to Arbor Xhekaj as well, who, man, what a year he's had.
Well, you mentioned Rick, the sports psychologist for Armia. I think that helped, but I think sending him to Laval was a huge wake-up call for him, and he's responded to it. Good for him. The other name I'll throw out there is Jaden Struble. He gets called up for that West Coast California trip, is told by Kent Hughes, you're not going to play any games. We just want you to come in and get used to being around the team and practice with the team. And then Jordan Harris gets hurt. He gets in the lineup, and they can't take him out. They take him out for only a couple of games. And I don't think, when the Canadiens manager was looking ahead to next season and who might be on the blue line, I don't think Jaden Struble's name was near the top of that list. And now it is. So good for him. Another pleasant surprise. Hey, that's it for this bonus episode on Hockey Inside Out. Thanks for joining us. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel. Go to montrealgazette.com/newsletters to sign up for the Hockey Inside Out newsletter. And of course, go to hockeyinsideout.com every day to get all your latest Canadiens news.